everyone, and welcome back to the barn. It's Halloween week here, and I wanted to do a special how-to video today. I want to talk about how to introduce your horse to spooky objects. So as you can see, I decorated the trail course up with some pretty scary things. Might be, I don't know. Horses are all a little different. I know the gate's scary, they'll probably react to that. But I wanted to go into what do you do when your horse is spooking at something? It's very simple, but you just have to be patient. Whether you are on the trail or showing in a trail class, it's inevitable. Your horse is going to come across something that it deems not safe. So what do you do in those situations? Well, first of all, it involves homework. So when you are at home, you have to work on things that could potentially scare your horse. Everything from flower boxes to even those little fake brick walls they put up to gate standards. You have to get your horse used to these things before you show. But inevitably, you are going to run across something that you weren't expecting. So be creative when you're at your house. So that's why I like Halloween, and I can set up things that could set my horses off. Another thing to keep in mind is horses all are a little bit different. For example, some are more brave than others. So I'm going to show you both of my guys and how they react to trail courses because they are entirely different. The one, he's not going to have an issue. He's going to try and eat it. And that's what you'd call a brave horse. He's never seen it before, but he's going to come up to it. And that is going to be a different approach to finding something scary than I would with my other one. She is going to come up to it, maybe. And that's the one where you need to focus your attention and confidence into. So let me show you. This is the scary object in question. So let me go grab a horse, and I will simply film how they react. Nothing at all. You want to pretend like it's scary? So Neon reacted exactly how I thought he would. Not at all. He's the kind of horse that's more curious than scared. So they will just walk up to stuff, touch it, sniff it, push it over, and move on with their lives. He's obviously not bothered. So with any baby, any horse, I always start from the ground. It's one, it's a safety thing, and two, it's a confidence thing. So you don't have to worry about your safety in order to get them close to that object that's scary. And sometimes you'll be riding, and it's necessary to get off. Did you really just eat one? Like I said, he'd chew on it too. Let me go get my other horse where I feel like she'll react entirely differently. I wanted you to see the difference and how to get over it if they are in fact scared of it. I'll be right back. Hopefully I get a reaction. So she's already looking at it, she's huffing out of her nose, but I'm going to make her go up to it anyway. I'll let her touch it and let her know that it's not going to hurt her, which she's doing a lot better than even I thought she would. Let's say in the situation, your horse won't come up to it. It's floating out here, it's huffing, it's doing that jig back and forth. Well, what you have to do in that situation is encourage them forward. And as soon as they take that step, you stop and you let them rest. That's what you do. With, I guess, anything you do in horse training, as soon as they do what you ask, even if it's one step, you stop and then you ask again. So the eventual goal is for them to come up and touch it. Oh, that was too much. So scary. But you do want to make sure that you cover every facet. Like if I were to bump it, I want to make sure, she won't go sideways in my class. Then eventually, I'll make them circle it. I want them to be completely relaxed. And of course, facing it with both sides of their brain, because as you know, horses think differently with both sides of their brain, and just because they're used to it on the one side doesn't mean it's the same story on the other. Let's circle. Come here. Good. She doesn't care. You gotta touch it though. Great. I'm going to turn around and we'll try it the other way. Different eye, different side of the brain. Oh, nope, this is a little scarier. I'm going to trot around because that certainly helps. I'll stop. I'm going to let her touch it, analyze it with that other side. The more your horse can be exposed to scary objects, the better off they'll be. Now, we don't want to jazz them up or get them real excited and scared, but the point is for them to get comfortable enough around these scary objects that it's not a big deal anymore. That's why I have signs hanging on the outside of my arena. They just get used to it, and so then when we go to the show, oh, it's a sign, no big deal. I have those at home. Let's try an in-hand trail gait. Whoa. 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 If you can ignore the thing about that object that makes it scary, the more confidence you're going to give your horse. And that's my best suggestion. Don't ignore that it's scary, but pretend that it isn't to show them it's not a big deal. I hope you learned something today from our video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I'd be happy to answer. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this spooky episode, and I'll see you next time.